Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Null Zone. This is the Target Zone Talks. I hope you're all doing well. The new companion has been seen on set, folks. Yes, after a few days after the news is broken that Millie Gibson has been replaced, the new companion has been seen on set. Of course, I don't know. Too many details, but we do have some photos to share you that I've put in a little 2 minute video, which I will throw up on the channel a little bit later on as an individual video as well. So just bear with me for a second. I just want to get these photos up for you. So I have to do this, and I do that. And hopefully you can see that. There we go. So about to play this video, and we'll run through them there. I will, as I said, put these photographs up on the channel, and the media organization will be in the link description. So let's play this. There's no music or anything, so we don't get copyright claimed here. So here we go. We've got the new companion here, and obviously I don't know what they're doing there. And then we've got them. I don't know if this is part of the episode or whether this is just them taking a break. She's got gloves on, bit of makeup being applied there. It looks like they're in Miami, I think, and by the clothes, I would say 1950s, maybe. Let me know what you guys think. It definitely, I think, looks around the 1950s. So there's the first look at the new companion that is joining the show. Millie Gibson apparently has been replaced. We don't know how true it is, but it's all being confirmed apparently. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens developing on that. So it definitely looks like the 1950s. They're in Miami apparently as well. There's another photo there. They seem to be doing a lot of running. There's they're running again. So something is happening there. And there she is in her dress. It looks like a bit like Marilyn Monroe's dress, doesn't it? A little bit, but that was the kind of style of dresses back in the 50s. They all kind of wore dresses like that. Looking very dapper, as they would say. Um, Here you go. There's shoot, he's Doctor in another costume, might I add. Doesn't seem like he's wearing his Doctor Who. And by the cars there, it's definitely 1950s or early 60s, but I'd say more than likely the 1950s. So there you go, folks. That is first look at the new companion. So look, she's definitely in the show. So you know, I don't know what's happened behind the scenes, and why Millie has been replaced, but it seems like Millie doesn't have a care in the world, and good on her. Um, you know, look, all is not well behind the scenes. That's clear, and it's a shame because you know. As I said, I've had mixed opinions about Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday. But again, like all companions, you know, you give them a chance. And it just seems like, you know, there's fans out there bringing this whole one season excuse. Well, companions have had one seasons before. Yes, they have. Yes, that is absolutely true, and nobody is arguing with that. But I think because the show has chopped and changed so much over recent years, remember we had different people in the TARDIS team after we had Ryan, Yaz, and Graham. Right, we needed a settled TARDIS team. Listen, I'm going to say it. I won't be the first YouTuber that's thought of this, but I'm going to be honest. I think this is political. I think Millie Gibson has been replaced because of politics. It doesn't matter if someone's a diva. I know I mentioned it a couple of times, and I did report on it back in the day. Apparently, she was a bit of a diva, didn't like night shoots. Well, that wouldn't be a reason to get rid of an actress because we've had some meltdowns from actors and actresses through the ages. So nothing new there. Unless she wanted to go herself, she wanted to leave because it wasn't for her, then I'd understand this decision, right? But if she got pushed out, which I believe could be the reason for politics reasons as well, as I mentioned earlier on as well, the fact of the matter is that everybody knows the actress that we've just seen now. Not many people would know Millie Gibson unless they watch Coronation Street and whatever or other works are. And that's the issue, I think. So I think there's a bit of politic in this as well. I think it's such a shame, as I said, this show needed to run smooth. RT Disney are backing this a lot financially. There's a lot riding on this because a lot of us do believe that if it goes awry for Doctor Who and with the Disney injection of cash and input, then that's it for the show. And no matter what people say about me out there, I'm a fan of Doctor Who. I want Doctor Who to be in the best place possible. I mean, creating the best stories and enjoyable stories. And character development is a huge thing, and story plots and subplots, all the things that we used to get back in the day. So, it really needed to start off well. And as we know, it hasn't. It's been mixed. Let's be honest. A lot of people will say it's been mixed. That's probably me being a bit generous, but a lot of fans were expecting a way more than what we've gotten so far in terms of quality. Also, we got people out there spinning the ratings, trying to make out that this is actually popular. Actually, the best thing about, or the worst thing that BBC could have done was actually get the iPlayer views and put them in their separate little categories. When it came to Doctor Who, 10 million people over the Christmas period watched Doctor Who, but it was explicitly clear it was from 2005 onwards. But then they added the figure for, obviously, the RTD's new era, and an extra 1.7 million people tuned in. So no matter what these people say, you add that onto the overnights, that it's not looking good, right? It's not that way. The bottom line is, yes, it is an improvement on the last specials during the Whittaker era, but if you factor in everything, and this is what these people always seem to leave out, you bring back one of the most popular showrunners of the show. On top of that, then you bring the most popular Doctor back. You bring the most popular companion back, right? You're expecting bigger numbers. And then the Christmas special itself, it did okay, but it should have done a lot better for a Doctor's first outing. Again, it's not good. It isn't good. No matter what they say, it's not good. It's not that I want it to be bad, right? But these people keep spinning and defending the ratings. If they actually came out and called it out, we'd probably get a bit of a better quality bloody show, because RTD and everybody else, BBC, Disney, or whatever company is listening to these people, right? And these people spin for them, right? If they came out and they actually broke this narrative about the ratings being good and actually told the audience, told our subscribers, first of all, the truth, and then told Doctor Who fans the truth, we'd probably get somewhere. Now, I've not seen this actress. I don't know if she'd be any good, but the bottom line is this: is that it doesn't look good if you're looking in from the outside. When you see that you make a big deal out of Millie's casting, and then you replace her then after one season. It doesn't give Doctor Who fans or the audience a sense of stability or people know what they're doing behind the scenes. And that's the perception, by the way. Okay, and anybody denies that is living on cloud nine. That will be the deception of everybody and the media. What is going on here? Right? And then there'll be rumors and then there'll be leaks of there were problems behind the scenes and all of this nonsense. That's where that all comes from. And let's hope we didn't have another Chaos in Cardiff, the sequel. You know, there's some have actually said what's going on today. They referenced Chaos in Cardiff. And for anybody that doesn't know, I was one of the channels that broke all of this Chaos in Cardiff nonsense. I also had gotten information about what had happened behind the scenes during the Whittaker era and reported on it. And some of that stuff after they left start coming out and was true. And you know, at the end of the day, I don't do this to be right or wrong. I just do it because I was given the information and I was asked to pass it on. You know, I'd always tell the fans, you know, take this with a pinch of salt. You know, all of this, well, it's rumor and speculation. That's all it is. You know, I never said anything was fact like some YouTubers out there do today. You know, but the bottom line is this: is that you know there's something there's something in this. People, you know, have to, you know, you can make all the excuses up you want about, oh, well, companions have done one season before. But no, I do not believe for 1 second that Millie was going to be getting replaced. I think her and Shooty were a package deal when they were cast. And I do, look at, I have my suspicions anyway that Shooty is gone at the end of season 2 or his Christmas special, right? I don't think Shooty's going to stay in the role long term. I think he'd want to go and do something else. We'll see how good he is, and if he's great, I'd love him to stay as long as he's willing to stay for. Obviously, if he's great and does a good job, I'd have no problem with him staying on. But I don't think he's going to do that. But again, as I said as well, all this chopping and changing doesn't give a sense of stability. And you know, we really needed to start off on solid ground here, and everything needed to go off without a hitch. And you know, we probably already had a couple of hitches already. I just don't know what to say anymore. If Millie left herself, then this explains everything, and then it's fine, right? But I have a sneaky feeling that that isn't the case. I honestly believe, personally, that this might be a kind of might be done because of politics, you know, and not because of the diversity, because people will bring, oh, blah, blah. No, it's nothing to do with that. She's obviously worked on Disney Star Wars, hasn't she? And she's worked on other stuff, and she's more recognizable than Millie Gibson. And that's what maybe Disney probably conveyed to RTD. You know, we need an actress in there that's far more familiar, because obviously you've got a doctor that not many people in the US know about. So maybe if we get a companion that might bridge that gap, something like that. That could be the reason. She could have left herself. But, you know, she could have also been pushed for the other thing as well, which we won't get into because then I'll be accused of being racist and all of this. But it's happened in Hollywood before, happens with Disney all the time, and it'd be safe to assume that something maybe similar has happened here. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But this story continues to develop. You know, whatever happens, I hope Millie Gibson's character, Ruby Sunday, is a good one, and then we'll all be sitting here feeling sad that she's gone. You know, because it'd be such a shame. Because for anybody that's watched Coronation Street, you know, she is a very talented actress. And she probably was the right choice in the end. But we'll see what happens. You know, the sooner Doctor Who is on screen, the better, so we can watch it. But, you know, we've already got the usual suspects shouting, you know, saying how they can't wait. It's going to be highly political and all because they're going to be waiting for people like myself to come out and complain about it so then they can go and attack people like me for calling out absolute rubbish if it ends up being absolute rubbish. If it ends up being absolutely fantastic, well, then I'll have a smile on my face. Doctor Who's back, and then we can all celebrate as Doctor Who fans that we finally have a show that we can be proud of again. And I saw a video recently, and I'm not going to mention the person because they mentioned another YouTuber who's doing hit pieces. So clearly you're doing your videos because you see that it works for him, so you want to copy your buddy. But they made the remark that if you're a Doctor Who fan and you don't like the current direction of the show, you should probably move on to something else until the show, you know, until it goes back to what you believe the show should be, or something to that effect, right? And I hear this all the time from lefty Doctor Who fans. Why don't you just leave and don't watch the show because you don't like the part, and just wait until it's until someone comes along that you do like and stuff like that. And I'll say this to you: no, we won't. Right? It's called being a fan, Doctor Who fan, right? Fanatic, right? You don't just walk away when things are bad. See, that's what you would do. This is what I want to point out. The lefty fans in this fandom, right? They will walk away from Doctor Who if they don't like anything about it, and they've proven it during the Whittaker Chibnall era. They've proved that they don't like, they'll walk away, right? When he panders, they're all on top of it. They're all over it, right? We've seen it, right? That's the thing. If they didn't like Doctor Who because Doctor Who started being a sci-fi again and stopped with all the nonsense social issues of today and pandering to every single fucking box-ticking agenda that you can tick, right? They wouldn't watch the show. They'd move on until it started box tick. Remember, a lot of these people, right? A lot of these people, there's a lot of different fans. There's fans that have basically sold out and will accept that as Doctor Who, right? Then I have no time for them. Then there's other fans that have lowered the standards. Again, I just, you know, do you blame them really when the standards have been lowered? But at the same time, saying, wake up, you know, it's not going to improve. And then you've got these gobshites, right? That RTD Chibnall have been pandering to, right? They give zero craps about the show, right? Again, he puts up. I was going to talk about this, but it's not actually newsworthy, right? So I decided against it. But he puts up a video. He puts up a couple of photographs of himself training, and all of these little deviants in our fandom making all sorts of comments and stuff like that. Now, we've had this conversation after Jinx Monsoon and the comments that Jinx Monsoon made, and I said, is it appropriate for actors and actresses that are part of Doctor Who to be putting up that kind of stuff on social media like they have while they're working on the show or they're going to be working on the show? And these are the very same fans that will come out and criticize anybody that will, make a comment about a female character in a show and then come out and call them sexist or you sexualized her and all of this. And yet there they are getting all hot and bothered because Shooty was wearing a tight pair of shorts. Why he's wearing a tight pair of shorts after doing the work. But again, it's all what he does anyway. And he's always been like that. I mean, even the clothes he wears, he likes to be open-chested and all. That's just his style. I've nothing against that personally. But I think if you're working on Doctor Who, you should tone it down a bit because you've got kids watching. And we do know that kids are on social media, even though they shouldn't be on social media, let's be honest, but they are. And he has to be aware of that. And everybody that works on the show should be aware of that. But look, time will tell if RTD can pull out a miracle. I'm highly doubtful right now at the moment. I believe that there's two. I do. By looking at it, if I wasn't a Doctor Who fan and I was just looking at it from the outside, I'd say there's definitely chaos behind the scenes. That's what it looks like to me. And it's not good. It's not good. We need people to, that are running the show, start listening to the right people and not the people that you've been listening to. But to all these fans that say, I just want to go back to that comment because I never finished my point. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. But to these people that make the videos and tell that, well, Doctor Who's just not for you anymore and you should move on until the show is up to your standards or whatever, right? Listen, we're not going anywhere, right? The bottom line and the fact of the matter is most of you fans have lowered your standards and have accepted crap, right? There are still some of us in the fandom that demand that Doctor Who hit a certain level of a benchmark, and that benchmark was actually originally set by RTD and continued on by Moffat. The classic era is a different animal to New Who, right? But there was a standard set, right? And the show hasn't reached those standards since. Okay? So we expect it in 2024, we expect the show at least to be at those standards anyway. That's a given, right? But in 2024, we should be getting a lot better than what we're getting in terms of Doctor Who. And in terms of entertainment, full stop. Right? So, while the rest of you may have lowered your standards, there are some fans out there that are never going to lower their standards. And RTD has to do a lot better than what he's produced so far. But again, like everything, I will give his era a chance. Right? I will know after, like we did with the Chris Chibnall era, we'll know after 3 or 4 episodes whether this is going to be a success or a failure. Right? But I'm not going to stop talking about the show. I'm not going to stop criticizing, praising, and I have praised as well. People accuse me of just being negative all the time. No, I'm not negative all the time, but I'm going to call out all the bull where necessary. So to you fans out there, the bottom line is it's easy for you to go and say, walk away because, it just goes to show your mentality and the way you think. For others, we've invested our money, our lives into this show and our emotions into this show. And it's not as easy to walk away as you guys make it out to be. All right? And I can't wait for the day until Doctor Who stops pandering to everybody and the entertainment industry stops pandering to you altogether. And then we'll see where you all are in a few years' time, right? because you don't love these franchises like we do. You don't support them like we do, and you don't want the best for them like we do. Okay, what you want is you want Doctor Who and use our own image, or Doctor Who how you believe it should be done, rather than how it should be done. I'm sick and tired of this. The bottom line is Doctor Who isn't for everybody. Sci-fi is a niche genre, and there's nothing wrong with that. To try and make it appeal to everybody is absolutely lunacy. And it's the same with the whole industry. You need to get away from that whole fucking way of thinking. These franchises aren't for everything and everybody, and that isn't a bad thing. That's why there's so many different types of genres out there. So something does appeal to everybody out there, right? Sci-fi should not be made mainstream, or all of these other franchises that they're trying to make mainstream should be made mainstream. They should be made for the audience that they fucking should be catering for, right? And if you make a good enough movie or make a good enough TV show, you will get butts on seats in cinemas. You will get butts on the armchairs watching your TV shows. So get away from this way of thinking franchises are for everybody. They're not. That's why there's different genres out there. That's why there are so many, because it caters to everybody. Okay? Everybody. Right? I like horror, I like sci-fi, I like the action movies, and I like the crime dramas. They're the go-to genres that I go to. Right? It's the same with TV and the movies. They're the genres that I go to, right? There are other people out there that like anime. They like fucking animation, right? They might like fucking, foreign films or whatever it is. But there's a genre out there for everybody. This is why this whole notion that Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who is for everybody and should appeal to everybody. No, it shouldn't. End of bloody story. Stop this way of thinking. You save your fucking companies, you save your studios from going bust and going under, and you will make a shit ton of money, right? Because fans will want to buy the merchandise, fans will want to lap it up, they'll want seasons beyond seasons of this show. You know what I mean? These are so stupid. I mean, I don't know how Hollywood got this stupid. I don't know how the industry got this stupid. But you need to get all of these activist writers out, right? You need to get all of these mouthpieces in journalism, right, that you gave a platform to that spout this nonsense. You need to ignore them now and start going back to what you do best, entertaining people. Because for decades, you did just do that. You entertained us for decades. But over these last few decades, you have gotten lazy. Is more writers and more directors, so we're all become activists. You all have a bloody cause, right? That's not what you are paid to do. You are paid to entertain the masses, right? To distract us from all the crap that's going on in the world. Like, for example, the wars that are going on and all the other stuff that's going on. Your job in the industry is to keep us, from thinking of that for an hour or two to feel normal. But no, you just want to do exactly what's preached to us about everything. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares, right? Your job is to entertain. End the story. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Guys, I won't have a live stream tonight because the computer, unfortunately, the Chromebook is so old now that it can't handle the mic, the camera, and the AirPods, and even the mic with the AirPods, it can't handle that. So live streams, I'll be able to do live streams on my own and stuff like that. But live streams with guests at the moment, just for now. Until I have to look, there's a lot of stuff that I've put on this Chromebook, not apps or anything, but files that I have saved over the last 5 or 6 years. I did do a big major cleanup on the computer there only last year, but it looks like I might have to do another one and see if that improves it. If not, It's just going to come a time where I'll have to go and get a new laptop. But right now, as I said, and it's been the same way for the last 5, 6 years, just can't afford one right now. They're just out of me price range right now, and that's just the way it is, isn't it, folks? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do these a bit for me, yourselves, guys. That's all I ask you ever to do, and leave a comment. Let's keep the algorithm going. Thank you to the new people that have subscribed. I hope you have enjoyed this pre-record. We will be back, which is you're watching this on Wednesday, obviously. So I'll be back tomorrow with a couple of more pre-records, and then our first live stream of the week will be Friday. I will do a live stream Friday, so come and join me on Friday for that. But I will be doing a lot more of these videos like I used to do back in the old days, and that's how you all became aware of me channels, because I was doing little pre-records like this. So I'm glad to be doing them again, because we concentrated mostly on down live all the time, and we kind of, this way of doing things kind of faded out on the channel. So I'm glad I'm kind of doing it again. So I want to thank you all for the support. I will see you all soon. As I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as I said, I hope you have enjoyed this one. I will see you for the next one, folks. Have a good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we will talk soon, folks. Have a good one.